Marissa, it's a heartbreaking scenario, and just coming into the airport, flying in overhead last night, I'll show you some video in just a moment. It was a blanket of clouds and smoke, and flying in, you could smell it in the cabin of the aircraft, and people were saying, hey, you can smell the smoke. The Washington State Commissioner of Public Lands, Dave Upgrove, yesterday on media saying, this is a catastrophe. There are as many as 15 wildfires burning across the state of Washington right now. You mentioned some of them. The one here in Spokane is very close to many residential neighborhoods, which is why we have the evacuation orders in place. I'll look right over my shoulder here. We've got a road closure and some power crews working behind us. This is the Governor Ferguson declaring the statewide wildfire emergency, banning any burns at all. The National Guard has been called in to help fight the Old Trails fire here in Spokane, and they're also helping out with some of the road closures and making sure people aren't going around some of the road closures. Let me show you some of the video that we have. Number one, you can see a person driving through a neighborhood that was just on fire. Tough to see your neighborhood, any part of the neighborhood going up. And Spokane is a nice sized city, home to about 250,000 people themselves. The county is home to 560,000 people, but it's a tight-knit community, right? And when you see things like this happening, you worry. Another one, when we saw a fire go up near a softball field, also a major concern there, when you've got all kinds of people trying to enjoy the weekend. A lot of this blew up on Saturday. There was a cold front, a dry cold front that came through with very gusty winds howling through the Cascade Gaps, and at times down the Okanagan Highlands and into the lowlands here, causing some of these fires and wind-driven rather. Another one, we had some helicopters trying to make some water drops in and around Spokane Falls Community College. If you look at some of the videos closely, you can see the trees blowing around in some of the winds, wind gusts 35 to 45 miles per hour at the time. And of course, with the dry cold front, you don't have any rain, no moisture. So it was a wind-driven fire. So that's been a concern here. Last night when I was flying in, you could actually see the smoke. The horizon was bright red. We talk about how you can see bright red colors when you come close to sunrise and sunset, all of the smoke filtering out the blues and the greens in the spectrum of the color, right? All you get is the reds. Smoke at the airport actually looked like fog. When we landed, you could see, if you look at some of the lights and the pictures there, it actually looked like fog, but that was actually smoke, so visibility not the great, of course, not that great. Air quality not great either. And finally, when I went out to get the rental car, you could see some of the smoke and the ash falling on the rental car itself. I swiped a little piece off with my finger, and you could tell how bad it was. Now, overall, when you think about this, this has also prompted the VA hospital to be closed down. They have had a power outage. They had to evacuate all of the people who were staying there at the VA. So we've been watching closely there. In all, when you think about this place, Marissa, the elevation here is about 1,500 feet at the Columbia Plateau near the Spokane River, where we're close to right now. At the peak of it, you've got some elevations that go up to 7,000 feet in and around this location. Today it's calm. We don't have much in the way of winds right now. We have a trough that's moved through and now moved into portions of Montana. So high pressure in the sense right now will help in that we don't have strong winds. Later today, as that trough continues to swing into Montana, we'll get a north breeze. Very light winds, should be on the lighter side, but that area of high pressure will also keep the relative humidity down. So that's something that firefighters will have to fight. They've had people come in from all over. Last night, Marissa, when I was checking in to the car rental place, the guy who was helping me said he saw people coming in from California last night, and they were short-staffed. They actually have had people who work at the counter with the rental car place have to come home and stay home with their families or go to the evacuation locations with their families. So it's a tough scenario out here. We'll continue to bring you the very latest. It's tough to get to some of these locations because of the blocked roads, and we respect what they're asking, right? This is a community that's hurting right now. We will go where they let us go. We'll bring you the visuals as we get them and the stories as we get them, but we just landed late last night, so quick turnaround. We're trying to get as much information for you as you can, but the topography, as you know here, and if you don't know Eastern Washington, it's more arid than the western side of the Cascades. All of the rain gets wrung out on the western side of the state, so we have a lot of dry, arid locations here, Marissa.
Yeah, no, Craig, appreciate that. I can fully understand that quick turnaround, trying to get the lay of the land when you get there in the dark and then the early morning hours trying to navigate, because they will put those perimeters up around the fires just to make sure people aren't going in and out. And not to forget, people don't want people trying to sneak into these communities that have been burned, going through their things. And so there's just a lot of sensitivity that needs to be held, and you have it, and we appreciate that. We'll be checking in with you throughout the morning. Fox Weather Meteorologist Craig Herrera in Spokane, Washington.